Hey guys, welcome to my video. So this video, I would like to make a quick lesson, a quick DJ lesson. So actually, I say quick, but it's gonna be in many different parts. So I'm gonna touch about all the different subject of DJing, and I want to start first with exploring like the DJ controller, the CDJs, specifically Pioneer DJ equipment. So, as some of you may already know, I own two pair of CDJ Nexus 2 and a DJM 850. So the DJM is pretty old, but I think it's still relevant because most of the setup is still very similar, even the newer one. So there's not much difference. Also, all of the lesson that I'm gonna show here, you can reuse to the XDJ, XDJ-RR, for example, or XDJ RX3 and XDJ RX, sorry, RZ. So yeah, like first we're gonna start with checking how CDJs work, different buttons, the basics of Pioneer, or let's say Alpha Theta, the new brand. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so first, let's start by exploring the CDJ Nexus 2. So very easily, for me the screen is very identical as, let's say, the XDJ RR and most of the XDJs actually, like the different buttons here, the menu buttons, search, browse, tag list, info, and menu. It's very identical. If you want to change some setting, you just hold menu. It's the exact same, once again, exact same for the XTJ series. So you can check the different settings that you wish to change. So as you can see, I already plug a USB. Very simply, to access the USB, you click USB. And so I already have few music already in, obviously. I put it as, like, I like to make a playlist as the first category. But then, of course, you can customize this in the Recordbox software. So let's go to, let's say, this playlist. And to load, you click on the knob. Very simple. Okay, so first, how do you play or pause on a CDJ? So first, you can see here, it's blinking green. You simply click. And if you want to pause, you just click here once again. Okay? So if you want to browse other music, you click here, browse. Then you use this to scroll up and down. All right? If you want to go back, click back. Very easy. It's the exact same layout as the XDJs. All right? So for those who have already touched like DJs, or actually it's quite universal. Here is the pitch fader or the tempo fader. It basically, as you can see here, change. If you push it down, it goes faster. If you push it up, it goes slower. And if you just want to keep it to the original tempo, then you put it in the middle. 0%, so nothing has changed. 150, the track is 150, so, you know. Oh, sorry, 120. I don't know why I said 50. All right. Okay, so now let's explore above the play and pause button. What is this? This is a cue button. So it's like a temporary way to set a cue point for easy access. For example, you scroll through the track, you listen on the headphone and all, and then you click cue. And now you have set, it's like a temporary cue set. So you can just, if you play, you click cue, and when you click cue, it's gonna jump back to the cue point that you set. Okay, so this is how all the DJ controllers and players work. Even the newer one, the CDJ 3000, the CDJ 3000X, everything is the same principle. It's the core basic of DJ tools. So every DJ controller, at least the digital one, such as this one, has this cue button. So why I said like the digital one has is, for example, there are some exception, such as the vinyl players. Those ones can be tricky. Now, the newer one, I presume they are like linked to the computer, so you can still control with the cue. You will see as soon as you see the cue button, then it's maybe it's a hybrid or whatsoever. All right, never mind. Okay, let's continue. Now we explored the core basic. Now let's try to understand a little bit how to use a jog wheel. Now that we have seen the three basic settings or tools of DJ player, now let's explore the jog wheel. So jog wheel, you have two modes. You have vinyl and you have CDJ. Let's see the difference. If I put my hand on top, the track stops because it's imitating the vinyl. As you can see, I am on vinyl mode here. So you can imagine like an actual vinyl turning. And if I touch the top, it's like I'm stopping the vinyl. This is why the track stopped. And if you want to nudge like the track faster or slower, then you put your hand on the side here. Go like this. I don't know if you guys can hear. Or the other side to make it slower. As you can see, this is how it works. Okay, now that we understand how to use a jog wheel, on vinyl mode, let's try the CDJ mode. See, the track is not stopping. So why? Now it's more like a digital kind of mode. So it cuts off the old school, the vinyl style of DJing. So of course this mode you cannot scratch. All right. So what can you do with this mode? Basically, the top becomes the same as the side. So you can nudge faster or slower. As such. Faster, slower. And it stutters when you pause. Why? So it's the old school way of DJing. Actually, it's still like the old style of DJing, especially if you use something like this, the CDJ 400. So as you can see, you cannot see the waveform. So the reason why Pioneer DJ make a stutter here is so that you can find the first kick, the first beat of a song As you can see here, you can also change the jog wheel mode. So it's the same principle, all right? It's the exact same principle. So when you hear the stutter, see here, we can hear the kick. So that's the first beat of the song. Very simple and straightforward. I prefer to stick with vinyl mode because I'm used to it, you know. But depends on DJs. It's I just don't like when I pause and it stutters because I like to fade in and fade out slowly, and every time I pause, like I just don't like the stutter at all. Anyway, depends on DJs. You know, I was teaching few friends how to DJ, and they said like, oh, but should I do this? Should I do that? Actually, the CDJs and DJs player of today is very flexible. Many things, even on a DJM, on CDJs, even this one is old. You know, like it's still very flexible. The things like settings here, the menus and everything, like you can kind of customize even through the record box software. And then when you put your USB, you load your settings, and it becomes like it brings back your habit, your own custom settings. So this is a good thing about today's DJ player. It's very flexible. So yeah. All right, let's continue. So now let's see another thing that is quite important as well, especially for DJs who put marks and whatsoever. So using the hot cues, this is what I want to explore. Hot cues. So how to set hot cues, or better, you should be setting your own hot cues already in the record box software, and when you put your USB, then it loads your own hot cue. First, before we start exploring hot cues, let me load a track that has some of my hot cues. Let's go whatever. Maybe another track that has more hot cues. Yep, I'm quite lazy. I haven't really put any hot cues much. I have a lot of new tracks as well. Alright, as you can see, this track has 2 hot cues. So how to use hot cues? So I like to put a hot cue in the beginning so that I can easily go back to the beginning. And you can see I have a second hot cue, so A and B. So what is hot cue? When you click hot cue, especially on CDJs, except the new one, the CDJ 3000X, you can change to gate. So on the 2000X2 and the 3000, when you click the hot cue, it plays exactly where you put the hot cue, as such, as you can see. Or I can jump to the second hot cue. Let's say I'm mixing the other track and I want to start right here. And of course I click on the same beat at the same times as the first beat of the other song. And when I click, it jumps and plays straight from that point of the hot cue. Yeah. Okay. So this is how you use hot cue. So like you can also set hot cues live. So let me show you. First, let's check beat jump. So I'll explain more a little bit about how to beat jump and how it works. If you want to set another hot cue, let's say I move the track to here, and I want to set a third hot cue. So how? I simply click the third hot cue button. That's it. It's very straightforward. But of course, if you, as soon as you set, it will play immediately. So I suggest, if you want to set hot cues, like new hot cues on a track, so that you can easily browse the track, you know, like you can jump to different part of the track. I suggest that you don't open up the fader on your DJM or the fader of your DJ controller. So I suggest you don't like, you keep it for yourself. You click cue, listen on your headphone, cue your track, and then when you're ready, then you can access the hot cues. Now, how to get access? So as you can see, there's only 4 buttons here. They didn't have space to put more, obviously. So how can you access to 8 hot cues? Hey, but how come CDJ Nexus 2 only have 4, but it's able to put 8 hot cues? So how? To access other banks, so you can see A, B, C, D, E, E, F, G, H. To access 5 to 8, you click bank here. As you can see, this button is now lit. It means that now this is 5, 6, 7, and 8. If you click here, then you go back to the first bank. Here you go back, you're at the second bank. To delete your hot cue, you press the button that is in the middle. And then you can delete your hot cue. Alright? Okay, now let's go down here. What is this? Here it says direction. So you will see this in quite a few controller. Some might be like a button, or it's like a switch, like the Nexus 2. What is it? So let's listen. So it basically censor or reverse the track, and that's it. That's pretty much what it does. It's up to you how you're gonna use it. Some people push it up here. As you can see, it would turn into sleep mode. Sleep mode means that, see, it says sleep rev. So rev is reverse. Sleep means like the track is sleeping, even though you're like you're reversing the track. If you push it up, you're reversing the track, but then where the track is, like the track actually still continues, in the software of the player, the track is still going actually, but it's just reversing the point where you just change to sleep reverse. Yeah, I hope you guys understand a little bit how what I mean. So yeah, it's a way to censor your track. Now let's go down. Track search. What is it? Simply look at the number here, track 7. If you click to the arrow that points to the right, it will go to track 8 and 9, 10. So this button is basically for you to search different tracks. Depends on DJs, but some DJs already like order their tracks properly. Like they already built their set, so they don't have to always scroll and like scrolling the tracks and everything. So like there are some DJs, depends on techniques. Some DJs use this for like going to the next track, and it's quite efficient way of DJing. So yeah, now let's go down here. Let's say you're playing and you click search. You can see the needle. It's moving forward or backward, so it's just for you to search and listen to the track. Of course, you're not gonna play this out. It's like fast forward or backward. So, yep. Okay, we already explore here. We explore here. And all right, let's see a little bit here. So here, very easy. You have sync button and the master button. Every DJ controller has those two buttons, except the old one. For example, once again, the CDJ 400, you do not have master or sync button. So everything is like almost like you're playing vinyl. You cannot sync at all. You're playing it live. If you screw up, you screw up. So it's quite difficult. But you know, as I have, I actually also have obviously I have. It's not only because I have the DJM 850 that I don't have the CDJ. This one also do not have sync or master button. The player is 100%, you know, like 100% separated. There's no link. It doesn't link two players. So if you want to DJ yourself, you need to have a copy of your playlist in two separated USB. So yeah, can be tough, and also can be difficult for B2B, because if you do B2B, then the person, your partner of the night, is only playing in one of the CDJ, and you only have one of your own CDJ. So depends if, well, then if you have the same tracks, then okay, like, you know, and it can be hard also for transitioning DJs on all the players. Anyway, I don't want to sidetrack. So what is master? Master is to tell that this player is the master. That's pretty much it. It means that is the one that is, you know, like you cannot, if the only track is playing here, you master, but the other track is not playing. Let's say this track is playing. Okay, you see it's playing, and it's master, but then you click sync. Like, but the other one is not master. So what are you syncing it to? So you have to click the other CDJ. Like, okay, you might not see on the screen, but I'm gonna click on my second CDJ. See, the master is gone. Now if I click sync, it will sync to the other track. But of course, the other track has to be playing also. All right. Okay. Let's go back to this one. This one is the master because the other CDJ is not on. I mean, it's not, there's no track loaded. Okay. Sync master done. Now sync, you can change to syncing the tempo or syncing the beat grid. What is beat grid is, you see red and 3 white line. All right. So how to change the beat grid? You hold, and now you see a big line of like the big red line. So that is beat grid. Okay, now that we cover mostly here. Oh, okay, sorry. Let me explain a little bit. Tempo settings. As you can see, we are on plus 10%. So this is percentage. You can see here is red. Let me get the camera closer. As you can see, here's red, and it says plus 10. It means plus 10%. If you click here, you are changing it to plus 16%. And wide is 100%. If you click again, it's plus 6. So plus 6%. It means that the fader is less sensitive to like a number of percentage of tempo changes. As you can see, plus 6%. It doesn't go more than 6%. Very simple and straightforward. All right, now that you guys understand tempo, master, sync, the BPM here, BPM and tempo is the same. The percentage here, so percentage basically says precisely where is your tempo fader, pitch fader at, so that you can see, even though here it says 122.0, but here it says minus 0.04%. It means actually there's like a tiny like decimals and in the tempo. That is, it's not exactly 122 actually. Basically, that's basically what it means. All right. So I think now you guys mostly understand. The other stuff is not really important. I don't think it's necessary to touch about it because I don't want to show stuff that maybe like you won't really see or use even. Depends if you get more advanced. For sure you will understand how to use different buttons or knobs, such as here it's the vinyl speed adjustment. Like most, I think, yeah, most DJs don't do any of those two settings: release and start, vinyl speed and vinyl speed adjust, touch break, etc. So a lot of DJs don't do this. So like this video is targeted to beginners. So I don't think beginners should be owning such equipment straight out of the box like that. I don't think it's worth doing as well. So yeah, I think I covered most of the CDJ settings. As I said once again, so ignore disk, the CD, and SSD, and link as well. But the layout of the Nexus 2 and the 3000, CDJ 3000, even the CDJ 3000X as well, just keep in mind that is very identical to the XDJs. So for those who are on budget and own XDJs controller, then you will be seeing the same thing. It's very identical. Even some of them it's touchscreen. The Nexus 2 is not like as flexible as the 3000, but still can do a lot. Here is very similar as well. So you can like see the other track where it's playing, and you can align the track with the big grid up here. Very, very simple. And you have loop mode. So basically loop mode is to set loops. And 4 beat, one. So 1 beat, as you can see, is only this. This is 1 beat from 0 to 1. Actually, no, sorry. This is already 2. This is 1. For those who are musicians, you guys will understand a little bit more how this works. This is 2 beat. So 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. It's 4 times 2, etc., etc. To exit, you cannot just click it. It's not gonna. It's I think they made this so that like the DJs, the artist is very using the hardware, like focus on the hardware. So to exit the loop, you click reloop exit. Or you can also create another loop using here actually. Oh yeah, I haven't covered here. It's quite useful actually for those who use loops. Let's say the track is playing. You want to start a loop. Let's say you're going to start the loop here. You click. And you want to exit here. See? We did 4 beat. Now I'm quite precise even though I'm clicking like this is like a manual way of clicking. So you can also like be quite flexible. Instead of 4 beat, you can do like 5 beats. See? It doesn't say any of them because I'm doing 5 beat. So it can be tricky for those who don't know how to use it. And if we look at here, it says quantize. What is quantize? So it basically sync up anything that you're doing, even the hot cues and the way you're clicking the hot cues. Okay, so basically quantize, it makes you align to the grid basically. And for example, we are quantized to beat value every 1 beat. So I click card. Right. Even though I'm gonna play with the hot cue, you see how fast I'm clicking? It doesn't instantly go back to the hot cue that I'm spamming it. If you want to stop that, because maybe you're doing a trick, then you have to click disable. So you click on quantize once again. There's no red light anymore. Then let's see what happened when I click the hot cue. See, it responded like immediately to my clicks. Same for loops. See, if I'm not on the beat, then it will do as I click. Because I didn't click on the beat, so it's funky like this. But if you click quantize, it will snap. That's the word. It snaps to the beat. All right? So this is how it works. And time code here is just, it's not that important. It's just basically change remaining or like how far you are at the track. It's not that important. I suggest still play around with your controller. Don't feel like you need to upgrade to such bigger DDJs with 4 channels and all of that. To be honest, it's like there are a lot of discussion, like in the DJ world. People say like, big DJs need to play with 4 channels, and it's like when beginners or amateurs see, I go, this at festival they have like 4 CDJs, and actually one of the reason why they have so many CDJs is very simple. It's backups. They are just having backups. Those are backups in case one freaking turn off or the other. Like at least they have spare USBs. DJs who play in events, if it's not gonna be like playing with a computer, then you need to have a backup. Even if, like I say this a lot to some of my friends, they like to play with their laptops, and sometimes when they move their laptop, the whole player or can be DJs, can be XDJs and so on. Like the whole connection is just the whole connection just stop. So it's quite annoying. So I'm trying to encourage a lot of beginners and my beginner friends, to learn how to play with USBs, because let's say this whole CDJ stopped working, at least I have a second USB in which I will immediately plug to. I will leave it plugged to the other CDJ, and I can at least use roll effect, and just kind of loop a section of let's say that night I end the night with only one CDJ. I can use the effect to assign to one of the channel, and the tracks will still be playing. So like I'm kind of still DJing. The only thing is I'm looping one track. So it's totally possible. So there's a lot of things that you can do with USBs, and it's portable. You just have to organize your playlist properly, and you'll make it. You'll make it. It's totally possible. All right, so I don't want to make this video too long. We explore already most of the stuff on the CDJs. So we already see how to use jog wheel, the play cue buttons, pause, of course, play pause, the pitch fader, how to use the pitch fader, master tempo. So master tempo is basically saying that it's a little bit like master, but it's saying that this one is the master tempo or whatever. Changing the tempo settings, sync, beat sync or tempo sync, BPM sync or whatever. Master, so saying that this is the master player. When you link using the LAN cable, normally when you pause one of the player, it will automatically assign to the next CDJ the next CDJ that is playing is become the master. So when you pause one CDJ, it switch automatically for master. Same for playing on computers like DDJs and XDJs. But sometimes it can be too slow and you are doing tricks or whatsoever, then you have to manually click the other track. Anyway, it's a small parenthesis. Jog wheel mode, vinyl or CDJs. Very simple and straightforward. This is not, I don't want to, like I already explained quickly, like I didn't really explain actually, sorry, but I don't want to explain because like it's not that important for DJing at least. Like the art of DJing is not about the the speed of a track stopping. It's not that necessary to know. Disc eject, forget about that. Again, we didn't cover it because it's an old player. This thing is 10 years old already. So I don't want to cover stuff that is not relevant. Not really relevant today anymore. But the Nexus 2 is still very good CDJ. So for those who are looking for a budget CDJs, even like secondhand CDJ, 800 Nexus, like they are quite good as well. Or if you want to go even older, like the 850s, or even much older than the 400, but I already explained they don't have a link or anything, so you need to duplicate your own playlist to 2 different USBs. All right, and we see how to loop. Here's not the your cue call. This is not really relevant anymore. Also, maybe on other player like the 850, I do use it because we don't have the hot cue buttons, so it's slower actually. If you use the hot cue, is faster. Basically, it's like an old hot cue. Basically, old way to set hot cue. So again, I don't want to cover this. This also, a lot of the DJs don't have. Maybe the premium one definitely have, but yeah, like control the weight of the jog wheel. This, but it's not that important as well. If you're doing tricks, then okay, but DJing is about playing good music. It's not about tricks, doing tricks, and people will get tired of your tricks. I mean, god damn it. DJing is about playing good music, like music that people like. You make people stay, you make people dance. All right, so basically this is the quick tutorial on how to use a DJ player or controller, because as I said, they are all sharing the same DNA. So yeah, this is part 1, I'll make more videos, more like parts, and sharing how to DJ. So the next part I'll cover how to use a mixer, understand the basic of how to set your sound using trim, using the fader, crossfader, and we're gonna go through all of that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, welcome to my Patreon. Welcome to so yeah, I hope this has been useful, and that you guys have some more insight of how to DJ. So yeah, all right, see you guys in the next video. Peace.